Meditation, affirmation, prayer, and journaling are the 4 things that you need to stand on your boundaries in 2025. What's up, everyone? It's your girl Treasurelove, and welcome back to my channel. Happy Just January, day 12, my favorite day because it's my husband's birthday. If you guys don't know, Zayn Malik, we got married about 2010, and we've been locked in ever since. So like we're about 15 years strong, almost 15 years strong at this point. But today is his 32nd birthday, so shout out to him. That was just a crazy way to start off this video. Like, I don't even know what possessed me to start off this video like that, but I did it. Just before we get on into today's video, make sure you guys follow me on all my social medias. Everything will be down in the description box below. You do not want to miss out on any updates, on any polls, on any engagement with me. Like, you just don't want to miss out. And if you're one of those girlies that's missing out, then you're a bum. No, I'm playing. That was rude. But anyways, this video we will be talking about standing on boundaries all 2025. People stood on business, quote unquote, all 2024. Yeah, we're not doing that, saying that anymore. We're not saying standing on business anymore, because honestly, all people did was lie on that saying. People slid on business. People skated on business. People ran on business. People walked on business. People slept on business. No one actually stood on business. So I'm not claiming that anymore because it's corny. It's like everybody just want to say stand on business, but no one actually does it. But over here on Treasurelove's channel, we will be standing on boundaries all 2025. And today I am here to talk about some boundaries that I feel like we all should have in place with the people in our lives. Now, of course, this is negotiable. Of course, this is based on your situation, but these are just things that may pertain to me and people that's close to me, and something a bit relatable. If you're struggling setting these boundaries in your life and maybe trying to figure out where these boundaries should be, this is the video for you. I will be talking about boundaries with friendships, relationships, and family members. The hardest one of them all. Now, with that being said, let's go on and get into today's video. One thing I always tell people is that you need to learn to give people the energy that you get. Stop over giving. Stop giving people that energy when they do not deserve it. And this is something I struggle with so often in all categories, because I feel like my love language is giving. It doesn't matter if you're my friend, my partner, or my family member. I have this tendency to give to people that would never give back to me, even if I needed 2 pennies. And that is so, and not even monetary value. It can literally be the shirt off my back. And then people have 3 shirts, and I'm like, hey, I need a shirt. Can I have one? And they would look at me crazy. And not only physical items, support. That's a big one. And we'll get into that later in specific categories. I always see this all over Instagram, Facebook, and it's always the quote that says, do not go if you're not invited. That is something I really had to learn, because I will always be someone's +1, but I was never initially invited. And then when I get there, everything's all cozy, everything's all cool. But it's like, if we this cool and this cozy, why didn't you invite me in the first place? Why wasn't I on the initial invitation list? I didn't get nothing to my mailbox. I didn't get nothing to my DM. I was never invited. But now that I'm here and you see I'm a good time, now you want to embrace me. No. At this point, no. At this point, no. Because when I have something going on and I issue those invites to those people that don't even invite me, you guys don't show up. You guys are nowhere. Oh, sorry, this came up. Oh, sorry, that came up. Okay. Well, the fact that I show up for you guys without an invite just shows me that I'm giving way more to people that would never give the same energy. 2025, I'm learning to pour into my own cup. It is only day 12, and when I tell you, like, my cup is being filled into. What? Like, I've been pouring into my cup all 12 days, and it's been amazing. Like, and it's only 12 days. I get it. But honestly, this 12 days is going through a lot. I'm not just saying personally with me, but I'm just saying like the world. Like, I feel like we've already went through a solid 3 months of the year, and we're only on day 12. So that just shows that this year is going to be insane. I feel it. I can tell. More specifically, when it comes to this year, I am making sure I pour into my own cup when no one else does. I do not need someone else to tell me my worth. I do not need someone else to tell me that I'm X, Y, and Z, that I'm that boss, I'm that girl, I'm that entrepreneur, I am that grinder. That's all me. That's all me. I don't need anyone else. Like, understanding that you do not need anyone else to pour into you is amazing. Like, mentally, it does everything for you, because as someone who grew up as a people pleaser, and I'm a recovering people pleaser, I am struggling to get out of those habits. It is so hard to not seek validation in the people that care about you. Now, when it comes to strangers, I don't care. Like, I don't care. But if I care about you, if you're in my circle, I want your validation. I want you to validate my lifestyle. I want you to validate that I look good today. I want you to validate that I'm that girl. That's how it's always been. And I literally can't. I literally can't anymore. I cannot do that. And I haven't for quite some time now. It's something I've been working on for a long time. But more specifically, I need to make sure I stand on those boundaries in all 2025. I cannot let other people's opinions get in my head. I just can't. And I'm not talking about strangers, because I could care less about anyone on the internet, any strangers on the street. If I trip on the street, I might start sweating because, oh my God, everybody just saw me trip. But that's something like short-lived. That's not going to mess with me mentally and really, like, get into my psyche, That's what I would say to transition into pouring into your own cup instead of expecting other people to fill up your cup is plan out your goals. When you have goals in mind, you have to plan it out. Like for me, I know I want to achieve this number on YouTube. I want to achieve 1,000 subscribers. What are my goals? What are my steps to get there? What is the checklist that I need to do? So what is it? Planning content ahead of time? Check. Filming videos, bulk content filming? Check. Editing on this day, and this day? Check. Posting every single day or posting every other day? Check. Promoting on social media such as Instagram, TikTok, Facebook? Check. Creating business cards to pass out at events? Check. I know the steps that I need to get to this number on YouTube. I know what I have to do, and I needed to create that checklist in order to get to that goal. That goal is not on the checklist. I just need the checklist to get to that goal. Now, 4 things that you can do to help yourself. 4 simple things. Very simple, and that is affirmations, meditations, prayer, and journaling. I cannot stress that enough. That is how you are going to stay on track with 2025, standing on boundaries principle. Like I said, meditations, affirmations, prayer, and journaling. That is all you need to do. It is very simple. That is the way to pour into your cup all 2025. Stay consistent with those 4 things daily on a routine. Stay true to yourself, and you'll get there. Let's talk about the 3 categories: friendships, relationships, and family. I feel like the hardest place to lack boundaries is your friendships, because you choose your friends. Now, you chose to have this person in your life. You chose to be around this character, and you end up loving the character that you're around because you guys naturally gravitate to each other. You guys are friends for a reason. So especially if you guys are friends for years and years and years, and you're changing but they're not, it's hard to push those changes onto them, or it's hard to set those boundaries now that you are a changed person. You're not that person that you were when you guys first met. So I feel like friendships is probably one of the hardest. Well, I mean, they're all hard, but I can understand why this one is super hard. Watch out for those friends that don't show up for you. Don't show up for your birthday dinners. Don't show up for your brunches. Don't show up for your gatherings, your little celebrations at your house. Things if you invite them out with your family. If you say, hey, can we go shopping together? They don't show up. Just things like that. If they're not showing up for you the way you would show up for them, cut them off. Cut them off or set the boundary. Cut them off or set the boundary. We're not doing anything else in 2025. Keep friends around you that check up on you mentally. If you're not getting, hey, how are you doing today? Hey, mentally, checking in. You're good? Cut them off. The next thing is having friends around you that support you without asking. It is very free to support someone. People think that I'm not asking you to spend $20. When I had my business, I was not asking friends to buy my stuff. But no, I wasn't giving any discounts. Especially for my first drop, I was just like, I invested so much into this. Either support me or I don't know, tell you, but I'm not giving out any discounts. I was not asking for anyone to buy anything. I was asking for you to share it. I was asking for you to recommend my business to family, to other friends. I was asking for a quick post on your social media. If you were going to buy, can you please post it and tag me? Small things. Repost my reels on TikTok. Literally on TikTok, there's a repost button. That's all you had to do. That is considered supporting me. Either fix it or get cut off. Fix it or get cut off. There's no in between. Okay, now let's talk about boundaries in relationship. For me, one of the biggest things, if you're too self-absorbed, I don't think that's something that you could change, especially at this big age. If you're too self-absorbed, there's no way you could be that into you and to me at the same time. There's no negotiate. That's a cutoff. Completely done. Out the window. I think with relationships, because you just meet that person, those are so much easier to cut off, set those boundaries, and if those boundaries are met, cut that person off, versus your friends, your longtime friends, and your family members. It's harder to set boundaries in family and friends versus relationships. Relationships is someone that you just recently meet most of the time, and if they're not meeting those expectations, they can easily be cut off. So that's why the 3 that I have on my list is like an easy, quick cut off. There's really no other explanation. There's no compromising in these situations. It's a strictly like 2025, these are my boundaries, I'm standing on it, and if you don't meet it, if you do not accept it, if you do not fall in line, you gotta go. Next one is being thoughtful towards my trauma, thoughtful towards the things I've been through in the past, and moving with intention. Told you that that's a trigger for me. Why would you go do that? It shows me that you was not thinking. Or if I tell you being yelled at is a trauma for me, or raising your voice and you continue to raise your voice, not even continue, you raise your voice once, maybe twice, you're done. There's no compromising. That just shows me that I told you something and went in one ear and out the other. We're good. The last one for relationships would definitely being caring. If you're not caring, if you're not doing anything with intention to make my day better, if you're not doing anything with the intention to make me happy, I'm a boss of my own. So if you're not doing anything to just make it a little easier for me, yeah, there's nothing we can do about that. There's no compromising with that. These are the 2025 boundaries that I'm standing on for all 2025. Like, we're not compromising these things. Along with that, if we're not emotionally and mentally on the same page, I think that's something that can be worked on over a 3-month span. After 3 months, if we're not there, okay, bye-bye. You're pushing my boundaries at this point, and I'm not allowing that to happen anymore. Like I said, as a people pleaser, as a recovering people pleaser, there has to be deadlines. And if you're not meeting those deadlines, you have to go. Now, let's get into the boundaries that we set with our family members, because this is probably the hardest one. You've been around your family, and I'm talking either family that's within your household or outside your household. You know, sometimes people have high influence from like grandmothers or aunties, uncles, bigger cousins, things like that, and you have to still set those boundaries. It doesn't matter if they're your blood or not. There's still boundaries that you need to have in place for your own mental health that you just will not allow. Biggest thing is, do not let their judgment affect how you move daily. Just as an example, if you want to go be a stripper, then cool, go be a stripper, go make your coin. Don't let Auntie Karen, mess up your swag. Like, don't let anybody, like I said, don't let anybody judgment affect what you want to do daily. As long as it's something that you want to do and it's making you happy, why what they're saying affects you? And that's the biggest thing that I have to learn, and just I think we all need to work on with our boundaries. And this is probably the hardest one to stand on, is not allowing your family's judgment to affect your daily move. Because at the end of the day, you're the one that have to live with your decisions. At the end of the day, you're the one that have to learn from your mistakes. You have to be able to make those mistakes in order to learn from them. If you're handed everything, and take it from someone who understands this very, like, I get this 1,000%, and I've experienced this. If you get handed everything, you're never going to learn anything. If you're told how to stay on the right path your entire life, as soon as you make one mistake, it feels like the end of the world. And that's just not fair to me as a person that's growing. I'm speaking, my audience on my YouTube channel is all young adults mainly, and I'm spreading the word that it is okay that if you make a mistake, do not allow anyone else's harsh words or judgment on your mistakes to make you feel less than. It's something that we need to work on together. We will have, if we need check-ins, we will have check-ins, okay? That is the only one that I had for family members, because that was the biggest thing. That kind of is an umbrella that covers so many areas. So make sure you write that one down. Put that one in your journal entry on day 1. Okay, that's going at the top of your journal entry for day 1. That is all I have for the boundaries that we're standing on in 2025. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys have boundaries that you're standing on, or non-negotiables in your life that you're working on and to implement in 2025, drop them down below. You never know who it may help. Thank you guys so much for watching. Do not forget to subscribe, like this video, share this video, and don't forget to follow me on all my social medias, because we're standing on boundaries in all 2025. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.